This morning I painted some garlic scapes, and they're from a farmer's market in Pasco, Washington. And I chose them because of the shape and the color. They are mostly monochromatic, mostly greens, and also analogous. So using color on the color wheel next to one another, so greens and yellows, and saving some whites for the color of the paper. So as you can tell, I had the drawing made ahead of time, so it's important to study your shape and to really analyze it before you start drawing. And a drawing can make all the difference. So really paying attention, looking at plants, thinking about why you like their shape, why you like their color, and think about how they fit within the format that you've chosen. So my format is vertical as opposed to horizontal, so portrait and a rectangle. And so it's important for you to pay attention to where you want that shape to fit on the page. I kept it color on a white background. I really wanted the scapes to stand out. And I started by blending my greens from light to dark. And you can also see that I sampled on the right hand side, I sample the color, and you start with the lightest color. You let that dry, and then you build from there, paying attention to the lightest part of the scape for what I was drawing, the scape, and then the shadow. So you have a highlight, that's the lightest part. You have a mid-tone, and that is in between the highlight and what's called the crescent shadow. So the crescent shadow would be the shape of the form, and it doesn't touch the edge. It goes close to the edge, but doesn't touch the edge. And then you have reflected light, which is similar to a highlight, but not as light, and it is on the edge next to the crescent shadow. I didn't show the cast shadow because I didn't include that in my painting, but if you were painting a landscape, if you're painting a landscape or a still life and you were showing the background, you would also include the cast shadow. And this makes the form stand out. It looks three-dimensional, and that's what I was studying today, was the three-dimensional form. You'll notice that my brush would move along the shape of the scape, not just the two-dimensional shape, but also the lines or the veins in the scape that continue up and around, and I found them fascinating. I did add in yellow at the end or in the middle, just added more yellow in, but traditionally with watercolor you start from light to dark, and I did soften my lines a little bit with some water. And then on the right-hand side where I'm testing my color, I played around a little bit. It's really important to kind of play around and see what happens and experiment. A big part of watercolor is experimentation and getting comfortable with what water will do, what pigment will do, how it interacts. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the watercolor painting. I will do more of these in the future, and like I said, I will do them a little bit slower and step by step, but I encourage you to experiment, play around, see what you like, find forms that you like, get inspired, go to your farmer's market, and if you don't have access to a farmer's market, maybe there's a farm nearby and you can go to a farm stand or to the grocery store and find things that inspire you and that are in season. I find that if something's in season, I am more likely to want to paint it. It inspires me. So anyways, hope you enjoy. Take care.